Hey everyone, welcome back to another training series video, which it is week 10 of the training series for the Edinburgh Marathon, where we're targeting sub-3 yet again. I'm so looking forward to giving this one a go because this week was my largest volume training week ever, and I had tons of quality in it and the body pulled up so well. So I'm so excited to give sub-3 a go. And it may be sooner than you think with the Boston Marathon coming up. If this is your first time watching, I would appreciate it if you could subscribe so you can follow along this training series and see if we can get that sub-3. Training is going so well, which you'll see throughout this video, and I'm going to need your support to get that sub-3. I do think it's in me, but all of the support I can get would be much appreciated, and we're on that grind for 2K subs, which is just mental, and I appreciate every one of you. So like I said, this was the largest volume training week I've ever done, and there was a lot more quality inside that training week as well, and the body held up so well. So we're just going to go into the week with Monday. I'm still adopting that double threshold model, and yeah, I just love it. It's really working well, and a lot of people may look at the training and think that's not going to work, but results are showing in some of my race performances, and I just feel really good and it's working. So on the Monday, we started off with 3 times 11 minutes with a 60-second jog recovery. And yeah, I just think it went really well. I don't have the heart rates on here, but basically I started off around kind of marathon pace, kind of effort, and I'm really just trying to lock into a rhythm with my legs that I'm used to. And I practice my breathing so it's 3 in, 3 out, and that's in strides. So 3 steps in, 3 steps out, and that's kind of my rhythm for my threshold at the moment, and it just works so well. It keeps the heart rate stable. I don't have any spiking, and yeah, it's just going so well, and I'm really happy with how the threshold sessions are going. So for this one, I average about 4:06 per K from memory through those kind of 11-minute reps, and the heart rate got to, I believe it was 152 max. So it was really controlled, and keeping these sessions controlled is what's helping me get kind of all the volume in, and then the recovery runs, as you see throughout this video, are nice and chilled to make sure that I can hit the quality sessions and get more volume at threshold. So it's working really well. So finished that day with just under 12K. Average heart rate for the whole session was 135. So really controlled, 55 minutes of running. So really good. Generally for these sessions, I'll do a 10-minute warm-up, 10-minute cool down, and whatever the session is, just makes the total volume. Moving on to the evening, where I kind of adjusted this one a little bit, I think, depending on how I felt. But I did 7 times 4 minutes. I think I'd planned to do 8 times 4 minutes, but we cut it down to 7. And yeah, I think that was kind of the right spot for this one, and 60-second jog recoveries in between each rep. Average pace was 4:05 per K. Average heart rate 150, which is right where I want it. Max heart rate right towards the end of these reps was 159. So kind of a nice progression up to that last rep where my heart rate got to the highest. So yeah, 28 minutes of threshold running in the evening and 33 in the morning. So 61 minutes of threshold in that Monday. So good, and the body held up really well. This session, 11.5K, 139 average. So the heart rate was a little bit higher, and 54 minutes. So yeah, solid day of threshold, and really happy with banking those 2 sessions, and the body was, yeah, feeling really good. And going on to Tuesday morning, you'll see that the pace, super chilled, 6:15 per K, just over 6K, 40 minutes. So this is just a 40-minute run. Average heart rate 110, super chilled, nice and easy. And this is kind of what is helping me run these threshold sessions, like 4 sessions, and then still a quality long run. Well, kind of quality, we'll get into that this week, but super chilled on the Tuesday morning, and then we go into the Tuesday afternoon, same again, 6:15 per K. I ran this one with Jen. We did 50 minutes, average heart rate 111, so yeah, nice and chilled, 8K. And then we go on to my normal 1 hour run on the Wednesday, 12K, 5 minutes per kilometer, which is generally around where these kind of runs sit, which is my easy kind of pace, which generally I could get the easy pace to about 440 per K, which is kind of the mid 130 heart rate, kind of pushing up to closer to 140. But for what I'm getting out of it, there's no need to go that much faster. So average heart rate 129. I try and keep these around the 130. And yeah, super good, easy run, 1 hour, Wednesday morning. In the afternoon on Wednesday, I did 36 minutes, which generally I do 35 minutes, but 36 minutes in the end. I think I just wanted to get the 6K rounded up to the kilometer. So I did 6K, 6:04 pace, 114 average heart rate. So yeah, it was a little bit quicker, a little bit higher average heart rate, but yeah, it's not going to add any fatigue, and yeah, still getting the legs ticking over before the Thursday double threshold again, where I did a 30-minute straight threshold block. I'm really starting these with that kind of 3 and 3 rhythm breathing, and just getting into a nice stride. And yeah, went super good, 406 per K, 146 average heart rate, max 156. So really controlled, but still banking a lot of time at threshold. A lot of people might think threshold should be kind of, my heart rate at like kind of threshold would be 165, but because I'm doing it just below that, I'm still getting a lot of benefit from it, and I'm able to do more volume. I'm not kind of, if I was to do it at 165, I could probably only get one of those sessions a week, and then the other one would be a lot more manageable. Whereas doing them at this kind of effort, I'm able to get 4 sessions. The body's holding up really well, and we're stacking weeks on weeks. So, and I don't feel like there's any like accumulative fatigue. I'm able to just keep running through. And then on the Thursday evening, I did 12 times 400 meters with a 60-second jog recovery. These kind of started around that 94 seconds is around 356 per K, I believe it was. And then going down to the 88s, 87 is about 340 per K, which is my 10K pace. And yeah, this was a super controlled session. I just wanted it to feel like my legs are just cycling underneath me really quick. I don't want to feel like I'm really pushing to get pace. I just wanted to, yeah, feel quick and not make it too hard a session, and kind of just tick off another solid one. So the average heart rate was reasonably low at 140. And I'm noticing that is kind of because in the 60-second jog recovery, my heart rate drops a fair bit. And I'm noticing that after these workouts, it's sometimes only taking, if my max heart rate's 153 at the end of the last rep or higher, it's under 130 in about 50 seconds. So it's dropping really quick, which I think is a really good sign of fitness. So I'm not unhappy with that, but I may need to shorten that recovery sometimes, just if I want to, like moving forward, if I want that average heart rate to stay higher and I get more time with that higher kind of heart rate closer to threshold. So, but yeah, all in all, 10.5K, 52 minutes, average heart rate 128. Yeah, just another really good session. And like I said, the body's holding up really well throughout that week. So yeah, so happy with it. And moving on to Friday, we just did 45-minute recovery, which is generally my Friday run. I'll just do 40 to 50-minute recovery, getting ready for the long run. And did just over 7K, 617 per K, and 106 heart rate. So really chilled. And yeah, I'm not too bothered about pace. It's just getting out there, ticking over the miles and yeah, getting ready for that long run, which I was really disappointed with this week because I had to stop for the bathroom at 17k. So I realized during my run I was fueling every 20 minutes. So I'm kind of sipping on soft flasks with my own gel formula in it. And between 19 and kind of 21 minutes, or between 18 and 22 minutes, I'll take a few sips just slowly. After about the 40 minutes, so 2 lots of fueling, my stomach just started to not feel right and I was really struggling. So yeah, we had to make that bathroom break. But after that, I realized that I just put far too much maltodextrin in it and I got my percentages wrong. So this week I'm going to just go 1-to-1 ratio and just not be silly, and it should be fine because I've never had that problem before. I've never had to stop mid-run. So, but we did that. The plan was to do 2 times 5k at the end of the run with a 1k kind of easy, not hard, like not a float. It was easy in between. And yeah, after the warm-up, which was it was meant to be 16k, ended up doing 17k, went to the Tesco bathroom, and then yeah, I got into it and I actually did really well on this run. So the 2 times 5k, it was 20 minutes and 14 seconds for the first one, and the average heart rate was only 142, which super happy with that. So it was 403 pace. And then the second lot, which was between 24 and 29k, or 23 and 28k, wherever it was about that. And that was 1936, and the average heart rate, so that's an average pace of 355 per k. Average heart rate was only 148. So that's just showing, yeah, just crazy signs of fitness improvement. If you ask me, I'm just super happy with that. And not only the pace and the heart rate, it's like how it feels and how it felt. I felt like I could have kicked down and gone kind of even my 10k pace if I had to towards the end. And when I kind of asked myself towards the end of that second 5k rep if I could keep going, my heart rate would have kept going up if I kept going, but I could have held it for another 10k, I think. So yeah, really good signs of how the fitness has come along. And yeah, I think it's just that threshold, just more time in threshold and or close to threshold is just helping so much, and it doesn't feel like such a shock to the system when I am running at that effort. So yeah, fingers crossed, Boston Marathon UK in a few weeks is, yeah, hopefully it goes really well. But we ended up finishing that run with 29 kilometers, 133 average heart rate, and an average pace of 432. I'll just say the easy 17k at the start, generally I'll try and keep it around the 130 heart rate. So I kind of cap it about that. If it goes up to 135, generally it's maybe a bit uphill, bit into the wind, and then it drops back down under the 130. But that's kind of where I try and keep that easy pace. And it does give me the energy to kind of push towards the end late. But going into the marathons, I think I'm going to focus a lot more on effort and heart rate and make sure I don't blow up again. And then we round off the week with my 50-minute recovery run on Sunday, which was 8.4k, 556 per k average, and 113 average heart rate. So yeah, just banking that recovery session, and it was 122k for the week, which I think my biggest was 115k in my Edinburgh Marathon build in 2024. So I don't think I've got up to that distance since then. So yeah, big volume, and the amount of quality that I got in during the week and how I pull up after the week and being able to stack it on another, the next week, which is this week. I'm filming it a bit late again, but just so good. And 10 hours and 26 minutes of running. Yeah, I cannot complain, and things are looking really good. I'm gonna try and not get too excited, and I'm gonna try and make sure I in Boston Marathon, just go out super cautious and try and use my fitness at the end of the run, not blow up again like in Chester. But that was, I blame the sub-3 paces for that. It wasn't my fault. So that's another solid week of training banked, and yeah, looking forward to just continuing on banking these weeks of training and seeing what we can do in the marathon. If you did like the video, make sure to hit the like button. Subscribe if you are new and you want to follow along the journey and see how we go in the marathons. Like always, I hope your training is going well and you're excited for your races to come as well. And I'll see you in the next one.